I've built an independent performance model covering most of the US utility scale wind fleet. I sell project level forensic reports. If you'd like an example of my work, I will send you a zip file with a sample right away. Today's topic is going to be the structure of my reports. I'll be using a local project, the Happy Jack Wind project, as a sample for now. So first off is the executive summary, and I start here with a couple of box plots. Now, what these box plots capture is the performance ratio that I've calculated for all of the projects in the US wind fleet. Now, the next graph is a time series graph, and this time series graph compares the expected production to the actual production. This actual versus expected production gives a pretty good view as to how the project is behaving. And we can see with the Happy Jack Wind project right off the bat that the way that these lines track each other means that the model itself is definitely working well, consistent with what we would expect one of these to look like. Moving on from the executive summary, we then look at performance metrics. So these performance metrics are all calculated either from the global or the project level. We look at both because that's how this whole thing is designed. We have a very high global R squared of over 87%. So this means the overall wind fleet regression is actually pretty strong. We got that correlation coefficient of 87%. And keep in mind that when I was doing operational assessments in the industry, any regression over 80% was one we would try to keep as long as everything else was copacetic. So this is actually a very strong result for the entire wind industry. Next up is the operational diagnostics. Here you will find a very, very standard plot that you will find in most operational assessments. The scatter plot is between the production and the wind speed, and it really can tell you a lot as to how well the project is operating. I also have a seasonal graph in here, and the seasonal graph shows on a month-by-month basis what the wind distribution looks like for each of those months. Now, these wind distributions can be very different in different wind regimes. I also do a fair bit of research into the various turbine technologies. I've set up a proprietary OEM database where I keep track of the various manufacturers, I keep track of the various wind turbine models, and as time goes on, I will be characterizing these numerically as the platform matures. Thanks for watching. If you want to look at the performance data for a specific asset in your portfolio, or have questions about the fleet-wide model, my DMs are open. Feel free to leave a question in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next analysis.